Right now, in mid 2026, I'm seeing two types of people on LinkedIn. There are people whose content is reaching brand new audiences every week. They are reaching people who've never heard of them, who've never followed them, who've never connected them. And they're suddenly seeing their posts being more commented on and having more impressions. And then there are people with thousands of followers who are complaining about the algorithm because they are getting few hundred views per post. They're posting consistently, they are putting in the effort, but they feel like more and more they're just talking to nobody. So, today we are going to talk about this drop in reach for a few people. That difference has nothing to do with how often somebody is posting, but it's got everything to do with LinkedIn algorithm. And today I want to talk to you more about the LinkedIn algorithm, tell you what is it measuring, why are some people's posts getting fewer and fewer impressions, and basically, what can you do so that your content gets more reach? So let's get into it. So, first, I want to introduce you to 360 Brew. 360 Brew is LinkedIn's internal AI algorithm, and this is the reason why whatever you knew about LinkedIn has suddenly changed. There was an old time where LinkedIn was simple. You posted something, your connections would see it, and then it would start getting shares, more people would see it, and that's it. But that model's gone because it's been replaced by 360 Brew. And 360 Brew doesn't just look at your posts, it reads your profiles and your content together, not separately, together. It builds what I like to call a semantic story about who you are. A semantic story just means this: the AI is constantly trying to figure out one question. It is trying to understand, what is this person an expert in, and who should I be showing their content to? So if your profile is saying one thing and your content says something else, then the AI gets confused. If your content jumps between topics every week, then the AI gets confused. And when the AI gets confused, it stops distributing your content because it literally doesn't know who to show your content to. So it shows it to less and less people. And you will see this for business owners around you as well. Maybe their content says something like a business coach. And then on Monday, they post sales tips. On Wednesday, they share a family photo. On Friday, they've got a mindset quote. Sunday, they're talking about AI. But now their content is so different, so varied, the algorithm literally cannot place them because there is no clear story. So the reach collapses. But there's the other side of this as well. If your profile and your content are telling the exact same story, and you're consistently talking about 2 or 3 clear topics, then the algorithm starts to understand you. Now it will start matching you to people who are interested in those topics. And suddenly, people who've never heard of you, people who don't follow you, they will be engaging with your account. That is how reach grows on LinkedIn in 2026. It's not about volume, it's about clarity. Your profile and your content needs to be coherent and work together. That's the foundation. Once 360 Brew understands who you are and how to push your content, it's now trying to figure out how far to push your content. And it uses something called the depth score to make that analysis. The depth score has got nothing to do with likes, by the way. And I'll say that again, because likes do not move the needle the way they used to. LinkedIn has shifted completely from these vanity metrics. Instead, the depth score measures a couple of different things. First, it measures the dwell time, meaning how long does someone actually read your post? Did they just scroll past or did they stop? Did they read it all the way through? And the algorithm can actually detect this. A post that someone reads for 45 seconds tells the algorithm that they are really interested. But if someone just liked it in 2 seconds, then that gives the algorithm a very different signal. So, how long someone reads your content, that's scored as dwell time, and that improves your depth score. Now, next thing that the algorithm looks at is the quality of the comments. Comments might be something like so true, and that means nothing to the algorithm. Comments that really increase your reach are thoughtful comments, specific comments, on topic comments that tell the algorithm that you sparked a real conversation, a real professional dialogue. That gets rewarded. And then let's talk about saves. This is the most underrated signal on LinkedIn. When someone saves your post and clicks that bookmark link, LinkedIn reads it as a signal that the person found your content valuable and so valuable that they've saved it, so they're going to come back to it. So saves actually carry 5 to 10 times the weight of a like. And similarly, private shares as well. When someone reads your content and then shares it in a DM or in an email, the algorithm sees that as gold. There's also something else which is called the golden hour. That is the first 60 or 90 minutes after you post on LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn at that time is testing your content with a small group of people. If during those 60 or 90 minutes, there are people who engage with the content, they read it, they save it, they push it out, then your content gets a lot more boost. So the question to ask yourself before you post is not just, well, are people going to like this? The question should be, will people save this? Will they send this to someone? Will your content make them stop and think? Because that's the content that LinkedIn rewards now. So here's the thing that I want to leave you with. LinkedIn in 2026 is rewarding two very different things. It's rewarding clarity and trust. Clarity means your profile, your content, your expertise, all telling the same story consistently over time. And trust means content that people actually want to save and share. They want to engage with it. And the algorithm is smart enough to figure out comments or likes that are given just for the sake of it, or whether the comments and likes were given because your content was genuinely worth it. So here's a simple exercise for you. Just pull up your LinkedIn profile and look at your last 10 posts side by side. And then ask yourself honestly, do all of these tell the same story? Will somebody who does not know you look at your profile, understand who you are, what you do, and who you help just from reading that? If that answer is no, then that's a gap you need to fix. If you want me to look at your LinkedIn profile and tell you exactly where that semantic story is breaking down for you, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn at Kanika Energy Coach. We can do a full LinkedIn audit and make sure that we close that gap for you. Because the LinkedIn algorithm is not your enemy. It's actually trying to connect the right content with the right people. And your job is to make it easy, super easy for AI to understand you. When you do that with clarity in your profile, consistency in your topics, and content that is worth saving, then the algorithm stops working against you and it starts working for you. So now, if this episode was useful, please click subscribe because I break down strategy every week so that you can grow your business. I'll see you in the next one.